Real? You want to talk about reality? Is any of it real? I mean, look at this. Look at it! A world built on fantasy.
We live in a completely unjust food system.
They love fats because those are what they call the mouthfeel, the sensation of biting into a warm toasted cheese sandwich.
It proffers a specific set of biochemical alterations that are detrimental to human health, unrelated to its calories.
Did you know that common everyday foods can also kill you? Natural food, not chemical-soaked food. This isn't to scare you or stop you from consuming healthy fruits, vegetables, and the like, but you should be aware of the risks. Food preparation is essential. To remove pesticides, it's common practice to rinse fruits and vegetables, and it's crucial to fully cook raw meat. But what happens if preparing food is a life or death decision? We've compiled a list of 10 common foods that, if not prepared properly, have the potential to be fatal. Number 1. Honey. It's a little-known fact that pyrrolizidine alkaloids, a deadly toxin, can be found in natural honey. Unpasteurized honey can be dangerous. It must undergo a pasteurization process after being farmed to remove these toxins. Even a teaspoon of raw honey can cause nausea, headaches, weakness, and dizziness that can last for up to 24 hours. It's possible that a teaspoon or two can kill you if this toxin is present. Number 2. Potatoes. It's true that eating potatoes can kill you. When eaten out of season, regular potatoes can be harmful. Potatoes are nightshades, a type of flowering plant that contains glycoalkaloids, a poison that can be found in their leaves, stem, and sprouts. Also, potatoes contain a substance called solanine, which can be harmful in sufficient quantities. Solanine poisoning can cause nausea, vertigo, an accelerated heartbeat, and worst of all, respiratory failure that can be fatal. According to scientists, to be able to ingest enough solanine, a grown adult weighing 91 kilograms or 200 pounds would need to eat close to 1 kilogram or 2 pounds of fully green potatoes. So the green crisps sometimes found in the packet isn't going to kill you, but best not to eat it. Number 3. Cashew. Be aware that stores who advertise raw cashews are deceiving you. Those raw cashews have been steamed to remove a substance called urushiol, which is also present in poison ivy. Eating raw cashews can be deadly, particularly for those who have a poison ivy allergy. Therefore, avoid eating cashews if you happen to come across them in the wild. For the average consumer, what we know as raw cashews aren't going to harm you, but don't go picking them in the wild. Number 4. Red kidney beans. Although eating certain foods raw is thought to be healthy, doing so can have some very harmful effects. A food example of this is red kidney beans. Lectins, which are found in red kidney beans, are toxins that basically destroy the cells in your stomach. Soaking the beans in water for at least 5 hours prior to consumption is the only way to enjoy red kidney beans without the toxic effects. If not, consuming up to half a cup of raw red kidney beans can cause severe illness. Number 5. Lima beans. There are other beans besides red kidney beans that can be harmful. When you consider that your neighborhood lima bean, which is usually friendly, actually contains a chemical compound called linamarin, which has the potential to transform into hydrogen cyanide. Of course, it would take a lot of beans to make you sick, but as with everything else on this list, as long as they're cooked and drained well, everything should be fine. The tiny beans you raised in kindergarten from plastic cups are not what they first appear to be. When beans are raw, they contain linamarin, which when eaten breaks down into hydrogen cyanide, which is poisonous. If you must have beans, cook them well and then drain the water. Number 6. Rhubarb. Oxalic acid, which causes kidney stones, is present in rhubarb leaves, which you shouldn't use in baking or cooking. 11 pounds of leaves would be sufficient to kill you, but much less in your rhubarb pie would do severe harm. The U.S. National Library of Medicine states that oxalic acid, a substance found in the plant's leaves, is used to make bleach and remove rust. Thus, there are several negative effects of eating rhubarb leaves, including convulsions, nausea, vomiting, burning in the mouth and throat, and even death. Additionally, cooking does not degrade these dangerous substances. There is very little chance of death from consuming too much rhubarb. You would need to consume 10 pounds of rhubarb at once. Thus, you're probably safe, unless you have an addiction to strawberry rhubarb pie. Number 7. Elderberries. Although it may sound a little strange, elderberries are frequently added to wines, teas, and jams. All of this is unexpected given that the cyanide-producing glycoside found in their seeds and leaves is lethal. You could risk severe nausea, a possible coma, or even death if the fruit used to make your jam or wine is not strained properly or is too unripe. All it takes to cause mild sickness is 1 cup of poorly prepared elderberry juice, wine, or tea. To be seriously ill, you would need to consume up to 5 glasses. The raw berry juice is also toxic, according to a report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Glycosides found in elderberries are converted to cyanide during digestion. The good news is that cooking degrades these dangerous substances, so you can safely consume any jams, wines, or other products made with processed elderberries. Number 8. Cassava. Also called it by its other name, tapioca. You will be familiar with this particularly if you enjoy bubble tea or boba. Grown in South America, this root vegetable can be quite tasty if cooked properly. However, cassava has this odd little tendency to become hydrogen cyanide if cooked incorrectly or eaten raw. Who knew this stuff was in so many foods? Cassava comes in 2 varieties, sweet and bitter. The sweet variety contains only 20 milligrams of cyanide per root, making it 50 times less lethal. However, even this milder variety contains enough poison if taken the wrong way to instantly kill an adult cow. Number 9. Cherry pits. Along with plums, peaches, and apricots, cherry pits also contain compounds that our bodies convert to cyanide. However, those other fruits are more difficult to inadvertently swallow because of their much larger pits. The good news is that you're unlikely to become ill from eating them unless you crack open a cherry pit, which is already very tough. The bad news about this fact is that you could be killed with just 1 or 2 crushed cherry pits. Although cherries appear innocuous enough, these little guys, their pits, can actually cause a great deal of harm. This is in addition to the fact that they are almost impossible to chew or crack with your teeth. The British Columbia Drug and Poison Information Center states that cherries are rarely toxic when consumed whole, so don't worry if you swallow one by accident. Just watch out for the fractured pits. Number 10. Ackee. This fruit, which is indigenous to Jamaica, is a favorite on the island. In fact, ackee is the country's most beloved fruit. If not prepared properly, it can turn into one of the deadliest foods on the planet. Only the yellow portions of the ackee should be eaten, and even then, the fruit must be cooked to the perfect consistency. Timing is even more crucial when getting ready for the ackee. A small amount of overripe or underripe fruit can cause Jamaican vomiting sickness, which can lead to hypoglycemia and seizures. The first symptoms appear 2 to 6 hours after consumption and include generalized weakness, dehydration, and confused, irrational, panicked mental states. Seizures, a coma, and even death may ensue very quickly from this. The FDA has banned the importation of raw fruit into the United States. However, if ackee piques your interest, you can purchase it frozen or in cans. We've uncovered the mysteries behind 10 common foods that could give you the chills. From seemingly harmless ingredients hiding deadly secrets to innocent dishes that can turn deadly. But have no fear, power comes from knowledge. Equipped with this enhanced comprehension, we can confidently traverse the gastronomic terrain. So instead of avoiding the kitchen, let's embrace it as an exciting playground, where adventure and caution go hand in hand. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos to enhance your health and well-being.